So starting at the top, you have your technical director or tournament director, or there's a one or two names these days, usually referred to as the TD, and he or she is the person that's in charge of the tournament. They have overall responsibility for every aspect of the tournament, working in conjunction with the relevant continental federation or with FIH, depending on what level you're at. And you have overall, as I say, overall responsibility for making sure the tournament runs smoothly. The TD at a tournament is very, very rarely pitch side during any games in the tournament. They will go down to the pitch side for shootouts or if there's a big problem, but generally speaking, the TD will be away from the pitch side. They leave the pitch management to the TO, the technical official, technical officer. Okay. That's the person who is working with the umpires to manage the game. It's the closest role to what we do as MOs week in, week out on the side of the pitch in England, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
So that person will work with the team benches, control the substitutions, work with the managers and the coaches to ensure the behaviour is good, will time any carded players, suspensions, make sure the game starts on time. We'll discuss with the pitch manager about whether we need to water at half time, all those kind of things. But primarily during the game, the role there is to make sure that everything at the side of the pitch is just as it should be.
Right.
And then we have two judges who work with the TO, and they're usually the guys you'll see sat at a desk pitch side. One of them will be solely in charge of the clock, managing the clock, making sure that when the umpire signal for time to stop, it stopped. When it starts again. Sounds really easy. Maybe we'll come back to that a little later.
Yep.
And the other judge is the scoring judge, and what they do is they make sure that with EHF, FIH competitions and other continental federations, make sure that the TMS, the Altius system is up to date. So they'll enter scorers, they'll enter cards, all that kind of information, making sure that the score is being kept correctly and that the wider world knows what's happening. So you've got your TD, you've got your TO, and you've got judges. And at each competition, there'll be probably always one TD per competition. If there's a men's and women's at the same time, there'll be two TDs working together, but one has responsibility for each gender. You'll have probably one TO per competition, and then a range of judges. Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 5. Mm-hmm. But you'll see with FIH now, they're moving much more towards having a number of people who can act as TOs or judges. So They're not appointing judges, they're appointing TOs as a whole, and then some of them will act as judges on individual games.